Hi all, it's Yuri, and today we have very interesting reason to make a video. It's the PGA Championship, and I have decided to make one more interesting research. This is research of the results in the day two of three leaders. This tournament, it's Zalatoris, who is currently leader, Mito Pereira on the second position, and Justin Thomas. This is statistics and analysis of performance just in the second day. But in this day, Zalatoris have played -5, Mito Pereira -6, and Justin Thomas -3. And it's quite interesting to make analysis of their performance and to make analysis of the of the relative performance of those golfers. And mostly I will look for the tee shots for approaching, and the green, the putting and the game around the green is it's relative subjects, and this connection they will be analyzed in the same way. As we can see, for example, from on the first hole, which was par 4, we see that many thanks to the for example, Zalatoris have made a tee shot for 362 yards, and he was in the left rough. And after that, he have made a good approach to the green from distance 119, and he was just in 1.17 yards. I am converting the distances in the feet and inches in yards. Because it's a little bit easy for the comparison, for the percentage of the mistakes calculation, for example. And we see that he have made a birdie this way. And Mito Pereira was not so highly successful. He was very good for the tee shots, but he was also in the left rough, maybe not so good position as the Zalatoris. In this case, he have approached the green by the regular shot, but his percentage was not so good, so he was in 36 feet and 2 inches to the hole, and certainly he could not convert it in the birdie. So it was his result. It was an excellent tee shot for the Justin Thomas, who have made, and it was longest for him during this day, 409 yards. And left fairway, amazingly excellent. But his second shot was on the green, but from the distance 69 yards, it was not so amazingly perfect approaching. So his distance was 19 feet and 5 inches, 6.75 yards. And his first putt proximity was not also amazingly good, and in this connection he have made a par on this hole. So this way we are analyzing each play-by-play, all shots, and we have a better understanding of the total figures when we are trying to analyze the total results. For the tee shots, average distance is very close for all three golfers. 310 yards for Will, 380 yards for Mito, and 312 yards for Justin Thomas. Approaching is very close also in many cases, because the tee shots are the same. And tee shots are excluding par 3 holes, because on the par 3 holes I'm including statistics of the par 3 holes for the tee shots in the approaching statistics, because it's mostly you need to be on the green by a regular shot. This is meaning approaching in this situation for me. So the average distance for approaching is 176 for Wheel, 172 for Mito, and 173 for Justin. It's also not big difference here. But the difference is becoming, maybe not so hugely serious, but it's becoming rise. This difference becoming rise after the proximity of the approaching. So it's the first part and scrambling distance, average distance after the approaching shot is 9.9 for Wheel, and from this distance for his approaching proximity is 5.6%, and a 5.6% is quite a good proximity. It's the same when the golfers are playing with -8 and better. And for Mito, the average distance accuracy of approaching is 8.8, and it's 5.1% from his distance 172 from average distances. But Justin Thomas was not so hugely successful, so his average distance 10.4 yards and 6% mistake for his average approaching distance. And very important component for me is the first part proximity, because the first part proximity is highly seriously influencing for the total performance and the total results of the golfers. For example, Will Zalatoris have the first part proximity 0.27. In many cases it's related with the subject that he have made 23 putts. In this connection he was need to make 2 putts just on the 5 holes. You see that he have not amazingly perfect statistics in greens and regulation. Just 11 greens were achieved by regulation, 61%. But he could save a lot of putts, a lot of pars. So on 7 holes he have played outside of the green from fringes, but outside of the green. And he have saved 100% of the scrambling. So he have saved 7 pars this way on the greens on the holes where he was not by regular shot on the green. And that is highly important. That it seems that in many cases it was reason for him to save his leading positions. For Mito Pereira, it's also good results, 0.33 yards at the first part proximity for all holes. For example, for the Mito, which way we are calculating, on the 6 holes he was need to make 2 putts, and in this connection on the 12 holes he have made just 1 putt, but the all sum of the results is compounded from those 6 holes and divided for the number of the holes for 18. In this case it's reasonable, because you see that proximity of the first putt which were finished in the hole is 0. In this case we need to calculate the proximity of the putt with just 1 putt on the hole also. And the average percentage mistake is 3.8. A little bit more than for the Will Zalatoris. But we can see we're seeing a hugely big difference with the Justin Thomas, and we see that Justin Thomas has the best performance in the case of the approaching to the green, and he was on the 16 holes by the regular shot, but he was he was in 10.4 yards average, but from this distance 10.4 yards he have made quite a big mistakes for the first putting, and 1.1 it's yards average distance, it's little bit higher than it necessary to have an excellent round, and the mistake, the percentage of mistake 0.8, and it's mostly interesting subject for the amateur golfers, because when we are trying to play we need to understand in which components of the game we can be close to the professional golfers. Let's say that in the scrambling and the first part proximity we have many reasons to be close to the best golfers. In the approaching it's becoming a little bit more difficult, because you see that just 50% of professional golfers have a luck impact, and the luck impact is responsible for the accuracy of the approaching, and for the tee shots also, but for approaching mostly. And in this case, if you have not a luck impact, you will be restricted with your proximity. For example, average proximity for the luck impact is approximately 10% for the best golfers, for the tour players and the professional golfers. But for the amateur golfers, average proximity will be close to the 20% or maybe 15%. In this case, it's quite a big difference because the area transition zone on the green will be, and around the green will be much more big than, for example, mistaking 15% from this distance, it will be approximately more than 20 yards. So from 20 yards, certainly you will be on the green not so oftenly. In this case, it's influencing for your performance. So you need, if you have not a luck impact, you need to spend a lot of time for the game around the green, for game on the green, putting, and around the green. And it seems that it's very reasonable, that information, not only for the understanding of the games, of the performance of the best golfers, but also for the understanding what we need to work on. And in this connection, currently I'm spending more and more time for practicing my chipping and putting. And my best results were related exactly with those components of the game. So I think that it will be highly interesting and important information for you. And this is one of the reasons why I'm making such videos, because we need to better understand that all the advantages and disadvantages which the professional golfers have. Certainly we are looking just for leaders in this connection. You can see that it's amazingly perfect results, but if we will try to take those ones who were just made a cut, or maybe not even made a cut, we will find that they have less interesting statistics. For example, Dustin Johnson have played +6 during the first 2 days, and Scotty Scheffler, who is amazingly perfect this year, also had not so good results. But it's not in our views, that we are mostly looking for the best performance and in this connection sometimes we are thinking that they are playing much more better on average than they are. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope to have your ideas about the analysis of the golf performance, because it's highly interesting subject for me, and I think that it's we have a swing coach, and we need to have also more performance coaches, because the viewing for the training process exactly from the viewpoint of performance is amazingly excellent for the increasing of our results. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Have a good game all over the golf. Bye bye.